Welcome to a very special edition of the Real Emotion Podcast, which was actually a live stream over the weekend for DCFandome. And what we thought we'd do was send an invite to Zack Snyder, director of obviously my favorite film of all time, Batman v Superman, my daughter's favorite film. And I know Ben is a huge fan of Zack Snyder as well. And obviously every movie that he's ever directed has been an achievement in cinema. The honor and privilege of having him appear on our show was simply amazing. And I don't think we would have done it without each and every single one of not only our fans and listeners, but also our guests with us on this panel. We had Chris Wong Swenson from Ping Pong Flick Show. We had Dave Pena, a.k.a. Dave the Film Junkie, which a lot of you guys probably also follow, both of them as well, on their YouTube channels. Then we had Steven from Screen Rant, who's also part of BVS by the Minute and soon to be Justice League by the Minute. If you haven't checked them out on Twitter, I would suggest doing so. If you haven't listened to their episodes, I would also suggest doing so. Comic Book Movie Marks, Matt and Shane, both of them have their YouTube channel as well that they run together. Scott McClellan from DC Films Squadcast. And of course, the man that needs no introduction whatsoever, Mr. Zachary Snyder. Thank you all to everybody that was joining in and saw our reactions live, everybody that was watching it, and then decided to come in once they had heard kind of it was almost like an underground party that people didn't really know was happening until it was happening at the moment. So all these questions that we ask and we talk with Zach, they're all unscreened, unfiltered, and I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Actually just kind of a laid-back chill fest that we all kind of had with our favorite director of all time. So without any more waiting, here's the Zack Snyder interview.
Second, we have a young man that's gonna join us. Give me 1 second. He's a good friend of mine. Please be on your best behavior. Here you go.
Shut up! You
made it.
The youngest member of the group.
Oh my goodness!
Zachary Snyder, guys.
Oh my goodness!
We're doing
a microphone. I feel like an amateur.
Oh my!
Oh no,
It's
this
all
is
right.
guys for
the rest of us.
Okay.
We won't make fun of you. It's okay.
You guys, I'm like an idiot, but that's fine. I'm doing my best.
It's okay. Did you bring your drink though? Did you come ready?
I just had an old fashioned that I finished. So I should probably grab something, but
Okay, it's quite fine.
Take your time.
Certainly.
So what were you?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you go.
We have to have
So now that he's gone,
Yeah, now we can really get stuff done.
Yeah, we freaked on that.
That was done. That was great.
so we were about to go into the Batman, but obviously
No.
no, that works.
Sorry, I'm sneaky. They're in the other room. They don't know I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
Well then, cheers.
You guys.
Zach, how was your day today? How was your day?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good day.
I think we had a pretty good day too. Yeah.
Hey, where's my camera? It's over here. Cheers.
There it is.
Just got
Cheers.
cheers.
Sir.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Anything exciting happen today?
Got it. Just hanging out, doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
just hanging out.
Anything different from the day before yesterday? Or?
Well, it was good. It's fun. By the way, look, the truth is it was fun to get it out because we've been sitting on it for a while. And, those things. Well, obviously, the little leak we had there. So it's not like, we worry about that stuff all the time. Just like, are we going to be able to survive the weeks that we've got it finished and then we have to get it ready and process it and all the things that we do to it to get it ready to broadcast. So it's kind of a miracle that we it lasted this long, in my opinion. But it's still fun.
Man.
All right.
If I could ask just this one question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite shot of that little teaser that you have?
Yeah, it's funny because, look, the truth is, and I'll say that the original, of course, we wanted to make sure that the piece was, we could get everything finished in time. There was a deadline. They were like, okay, well, we want to do Fandome on this date, and we were cutting, and we're trying to finish these visual effects shots. So we had to get the trailer. I had that version of that trailer that I had cut myself with my friend, and then this friend of ours, Jen Horvath, who's cut a lot of my trailers, I just called her up and said, hey, can you just tighten up this thing for me? Because I think the original version, not to do too much Snyder Cut BS, but the original version of that trailer was, of course, the whole song, right? It's like 5 minutes. But there's no way, we wanted to make it a little bit more, what could we do? How many shots could we get finished? So, sorry about the backstory, but the reality is, just to say, what is your favorite shot in the trailer? I love that dark side shot.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
You opened with that.
We worked really hard on everything was brewing. So Flash running and that crazy, I'm not going to say what's happening because I don't want to wreck it. Yeah. But that's the thing we've conceptually been working on for a long time. But we had to render for the trailer for the first time. And so we're really I was like, that's amazing. That's cool. There's the Desaad shot.
That's an ugly, evil looking.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That is an ugly looking motherfucker, man.
I had to accelerate that because that's that's a big deal to get a shot like that.
Yep.
To get a shot like that. If I'm like, I want a Desaad shot for the trailer, everyone's like, no.
They're like, no, you got your Steppenwolf.
Desaad shot out of our asses. We got one sitting around. It doesn't work that way. But the guys did an amazing job and they were able to do that. But we worked on the destruction of the Justice League headquarters shot quite a bit. And that's kind of a tricky shot because there's a lot of sort of story in that shot.
There's a lot of three things in there.
There's a lot of
three things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's actually more than three, so you should keep looking.
Well, okay, hold on. I said four things. There was obviously Thomas Wayne photo or portrait. You had a Joker image that was right next to it.
Joker card, yeah.
Joker card, yeah.
Joker card.
Yeah, Joker card. And then you had Aquaman's trident and Wonder Woman's shield.
Yeah.
But I know you had actually responded one time about, hey, where's Aquaman and where's Wonder Woman? You were like, yeah, she's not around.
No, wait a minute. I thought I saw Green Lantern's ring in there. No, am I wrong?
There was no ring.
Wait.
No, that's missing out. He has it. He has the ring. That's what it is.
I should put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Ryan about to join? Did we send him the link or
You got to throw that in there.
We're not trying to let him sign out here.
Is there one shot, Zach? Is there one shot that you say no? Okay, this shot has to be in the trailer no matter what. We could fuck everything else, but this shot has to be in here.
I mean,
oh my God! I stumped Zack Snyder.
Only because the labor that we went. It's just it's early days with visual effects. I mean, there's it's 2,000 visual effects shots that we're working on. I mean, it's insane.
Wow!
It is a lot of visual effects. So, me saying to them "Oh, guys, let's push this forward or let's get this going." And yes, I did say come on, we really need this. And there was a few of those. Absolutely. Well, and by the way, and look, and I'm not saying that, because when you look at the finished shot, we had a handful of finished shots, from my old version of the movie, right?
Right.
So like Wayne looking at the hologram of
Superman.
Yeah, and I guess Batman like absorbing the shots.
I love that.
Oh yes,
Awesome.
that was one of my favorites.
We had to push that because literally I only had like this weird. I think maybe it was a drawing that I had in the cut of like that I had done. So it was like crazy. They were like, okay, I guess we can get a shot out of this. I mean, we had an element of Ben, but we didn't, really have. So there was a couple shots that they really had to make from nothing. That I'm super proud of. The guys did an amazing job.
So the version of this that you had then, so this is basically a polishing or a finishing of what you were doing before. So is there a version of this that's full of like storyboards or previs, or is that what trailer you had originally?
Yes, I would say probably. Well, I mean, a couple shots I was able to like switch out with a better shot because the one that I had before was, I didn't have anything really. So, or I'd have something pretty rough, and I was able to switch out. Like I go, if I could have, I would have had this shot.
Because we love all those. We love all those behind the scenes shots. So any older versions of the shots are always curious.
Well, actually, I was going to ask a question. So like for instance, the Superman shot. I think it was the second shot, of him basically dying again. You had released that image, and it looked like it was previs and post-vis a little bit combined. But in the trailer, it looks like it's completely done. How does that work as far as if you were going to in the 214 cut that you had? Would that have been in that, or is this like? Yeah,
in the 214 it's in, but it's just like in the previs form.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's pretty clean shot. It's just previs, but it's a super complicated. I won't give it away 100%, but it's super complicated.
No, you can if you want. Yeah.
No, we want to
just take another shot.
It's literally like the opening of the movie, so it's like this kind of it's part of this the way the credits are rendered. So like you go through like when you see the DC logo and I don't know if you've seen it. There's a movie called Batman versus Superman, and
never heard of it.
Sounds familiar.
It's a small indie film.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yes.
I never heard of that either.
I heard a podcast about that once.
There's a part in it where Superman pushes this kryptonite, and in that moment, there's a lot of this kind of like weird energy coming off of like Doomsday, and there's rocks flow. There's like it's like gravity's fucked up. I don't know what the hell's happening, but so that's kind of this. That's what that moment is, right? So you can see there's that weird lightning, and like he's so that kind of frame rate, that weird kind of super slow motion, that's kind of where we are when we find that moment. So it's kind of a retelling in some ways from a certain perspective of that moment. It's that exact moment when he's getting
like BVS did, and I swear that I wrote an article, and I'm not plugging my own real anarchy.
Oh, it's true,
by the way.
Everybody's like crazy.
We gotta drink every time we plug. So just so you know.
But yes, you wrote an article, and what did it say?
It was talking about the BVS, how you basically were continuing each film into itself, so that each time we saw the new film, it was from however it ended, it'd be at the basically different perspective. And so Justice League was essentially, and I may be incorrect when I say this, but was supposed to be from Lois's perspective of seeing Superman dying, or something like that. But we were going to see Superman die again.
There is a Lois sort of there's a Lois like reaction inside of all of that,
Mm-hmm.
So you
Because that's what we didn't see.
Yeah, that's what you didn't see. Because you're kind of in that. I like her.
Yeah.
So I think that, but also I think in a lot of ways it reflects on what Lois's trajectory through Justice League as far as what she's feeling and all that stuff.
So that essence, that scene that which is like one of the most beautiful things I've seen in cinema, is that when the beginning of BBS, where Wayne is going towards his building, and all the destruction is happening around him. This is the part where it connects these two characters, and that's what was so beautiful about that. That while all this thing was happening, where was Batman? And Batman was there the entire time.
You mean Superman? Yeah.
You're talking about in the moment when Superman's dying.
The beginning of BVS, when he's fighting Zod. And Batman is running around, trying to get to his building and get his people out. So that moment that connects Batman to the Man in the Sky, that way of connectivity, to me, was like the most brilliant way to connect this movie and those characters all in the same universe.
Okay. And then I think that you'll see at the beginning of Justice League, there's another moment where you see Bruce or Batman like lowering the grenade launcher that he used to fire that last kryptonite round.
Yes.
Darkseid, and it's the moment at Darkseid. Sorry.
Hey, spoilers!
Jeez. Where he like lowers it, and you see him seeing the sacrifice that
he's about to make.
Oh man,
is just what he's just done. And I think it's like, it's full circle, weirdly, if you think about like, okay, the first moment he sort of saw Superman, he's like, that motherfucker. And now this moment is like him going, like, that guy just gave his life to save all of us.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's like,
cyclical.
Which would make sense why, obviously, in BBS, he's kind of like, dude, we need to. Like I failed him in life. Like I'm not going to do that again. And that it actually would make sense, and you'd understand why he's so committed to trying to get the league going. I mean,
100%. 100%. Yeah. Like he literally, because he's a guy. I mean, the thing about Bruce, I think that's interesting is that he's a guy he has gotten stuff done in his life, regardless of his dark sort of. He does brood in a cave, and he lives in he does a lot of cave dwelling. But other than that, he's a guy that actually is capable of making change or getting stuff done. And I think that for him, this notion that he kind of fucked up a little bit or kind of read it wrong is a problem, and he has to fix it. I think that's cool. I think it's a motivated Bruce Wayne is a cool thing,
Oh yeah.
And also when we saw when he was motivated by sort of hate and anger, like what is that same guy who's motivated by like trying to make it right,
Yeah.
Oh, I had a question because Hallelujah plays throughout the entire trailer, and then at the end is the one time we actually get to hear dialogue. And I noticed that the line of dialogue that gets included in the trailer does happen to also be the quote that's on the back of the Zack Snyder's Justice League T-shirt and hoodie. And I'm just wondering, how intentional was that?
It worked out pretty well.
100% and completely intentional.
Wow.
My timeline is different from yours. Like I have a longer look. So, I knew that trailer would have that scene and that moment. And I knew, and by the way, it's a big moment in the movie. So it's kind of important for the sweatshirt and sort of the whole, I thought the movement, the sort of Snyder Cut movement and the fan movement kind of pays off with the trailer in some ways.
So how early did you know you wanted to use the Hallelujah song?
It was on 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow. What are your thoughts on that? Like, why did you want to use the Hallelujah song?
I mean, I don't want to get like too.
Go ahead.
Listen to the.
I thought it was Watchmen.
Yeah.
Listen. We want you to feel comfortable. Is this a one?
It's a real personal song, for our family, for all of us here.
Okay.
And,
Got it.
it's something that I just felt like, was right for this.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Well, I can tell you,
this movie was your hallelujah moment.
Yeah, and I think that song in particular, really, for all of us, and it has significance beyond just the movie, and I think we all love the song, and it just felt like
it's perfect.
As I was wrangle this whole thing into the why of it, I just felt like that song was the right way to do it.
It was perfect. I got emotional. I think I watched that trailer like 10 times, probably more, because I was doing it live and then watching it, and then I watched it before I took a shower, and every single time I got emotional. I don't know why. I'm like a grown man. I'm like, why am I tearing?
Yeah.
That wasn't even it. It's the fact that it was so different than, like, I'm not going to say that I was expecting something. I didn't know what to expect. And so when I heard that song and I saw the way the trailer was laid out, I was just like, and I explained this like literally an hour and a half ago. Like it felt like a sort of melancholy type like way where you just went, this isn't like your, hey, we're a PG-13 movie and we're going to be happy because everybody's going to be doing everything. Like, no, these people are going to be going through things that they're going to, it's going to test them. And absolutely. I mean, when I saw Victor losing his dad like that, I went, golly, man. I mean, that
scene's gonna wreck me. That scene.
The only thing that I could tell that was missing, which I was shocked about, was there was no Lex Luthor in there, man. I mean, no bourbon.
No bourbon.
Yeah, we got
one. I mean,
Senator.
Can you talk about anything with Lex or Deathstroke or anything?
What's that?
Because we know he's in it. I said, can you talk about Lex or Deathstroke or anything about in the film? Or
I mean, listen, the truth is, yes, there's that Lex scene is in the movie, and it's much different than apparently what was in the theatrical version.
Nice.
Right.
But it also has its own
shocker.
Very particular. It has a very particular purpose in the movie,
Yeah.
Which, because I think the one thing that everyone has to keep in mind is when I made the movie, the design of the movie was literally, I just thought that we would do this movie and I'd be setting up a bunch of stuff for what would come after it, right? And it is what it is. I'm not like, I'm not like expecting to, I don't know what's going to happen, but my expectations are not, they're like, oh, Warner Brothers is going to ask me to make another movie, right? So I would.
No, we'll do that.
It's like any
filmmaker. It's be Warner Media.
That another film that you're going to make a sequel, right? It's like we always talk about like the Uptown problem of like you shoot all your bullets, and don't save any bullets. That's like the big thing. I always like advice I would give to like a filmmaker or anybody who's doing some kind of like where they think, oh, maybe I'll make a sequel. So let's not put this really cool idea in the movie because I'll save it for later. It's like never do that. Yeah. Shoot all your bullets. The Uptown problem is like trying to make more bullets. That's a better problem to have than like, oh, no one will ever see this cool idea I had. That problem of oh shit. No one's ever saw it. So okay, but so I think that, but the Lex Luthor sort of arc, or because there is a whole Lex Luthor concept I had that would unfold over a longer narrative trajectory. That's a thing that I don't know. We'll see.
So you, in the same vein, you're saying that everything, all your bullets that you had, that you wanted to shoot.
Well, no.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of the bullets got shot, but not
all the bullets. Okay.
Let's continue the analogy just a little bit, though. So you're talking about the problem of making more bullets, but in this particular scenario, you did have an opportunity to make a little more bullets at the tail end here, right? Are you able to talk? You got to make a few changes beyond what it would have been if you just kind of polished up what you already had?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's a different experience being able to be out in the, like, not me just here at the house, kind of like just fucking around, and then like having a massive, machine behind me. I can do anything, like a lot of not anything, but also COVID isn't that friendly. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I definitely wanted to do, that I had envisioned to do, but that now in this, as I go through the movie, pull through the movie, I can actually go like, all right, good, let's just do that then. So the version of the movie that you're gonna get is way even more completed, and it got a bit longer than 214.
Tiny bit.
I said it's like
from going back
it is a full 4 hours. It's
Oh my God! Yes.
It's
Now, one thing. There's going to be an intermission, because I think you had mentioned something about that, right? An intermission in the 4 hour.
We're showing it, in 4 1-hour
episodes, parts.
So basically, you'll get. I don't know how I don't know what the release schedule is.
Oh.
But it will be like 1 hour, and I imagine that, I don't know this for sure, but I imagine then like the next time, whatever the second part would be, it'd be like previously on Justice League, and then
you need a saga style. That's what you need. You need the saga style.
You have like a little
get Harry Lennox to read that
next week on Justice League. Wow. By the way, I could be 100% wrong, but this is my feeling that that's sort of the structure over 4 hours, over 4 episodes.
Was that part of your? I'm not sure if you saw the movie, but it's just me asking. If there was a point where you try to sell the movie to HBO Max, was that part of the selling point? It can be episodic, 4 episodes, where it can go 1 week, and then you get a lot of traction, and the streaming service gets. Was that ever part of the conversation?
Yes, to some extent. I mean, I think that the idea that I always thought that was a plus, and I'll be honest that I always thought of the movie that was a potential for the film, that it was going to be the way I shot it. I knew it was like when they said 2 hours, they kept telling me 2 hours. I was like,
dude,
they told you that?
Literally, I literally thought it was it.
You can squeeze that many bullets in 2 hours.
No, I really thought it was a joke. I would be like,
I would have too.
2 hours. Like,
yeah, exactly.
2 hours plus 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
40 pages long. Like, in what world is that a 2 hour movie? And I shoot notoriously long. Right?
Yeah.
I'll do Victor runs down the field and scores. Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's the line. Victor runs down the field and scores.
That's a 5-minute shot, at least.
A long sequence.
Yeah. At least. Why would they even wouldn't they be able to know? Like you could have easily been like, have you not released all of my director's cuts? Like, y'all know my movies are 2 hours.
It's not a shock, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, PBS is a full 3 hours, and it's not even, that's two
guys.
Yeah.
Two fucking guys that have a gripe.
Yeah. And even and Superman already has an origin story.
Exactly. That's funny though. I would want to ask only because the news broke so quickly and so rapidly. With Ben Affleck making the return to basically be Batfleck in Andy Muschietti's film. I mean, did you know about it? Muschietti. Did you know about anything, or you didn't know? Or
I was like, that's amazing.
I mean, is it not crazy?
I think it's good. I think it's good.
I mean, for me, with that.
Sorry, go ahead.
What? No, I was going to say, for me, that means that he's probably that's technically his commitment to your second season. So I would use that against him. I'd be like, dude, you signed up for Flash. You're not going to sign up for mine, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna.
Yeah. There you go.
We're all doing that.
Well, how about that? Did you guys see Matt's Batman trailer?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
my God! Yes.
Jesus,
that was going to be our next topic, but we got
it. Zach, can I ask you this question? Because when I was watching the trailer and I saw the guy in the face mask or whatever he was painted, he goes, "Who are you?" And you see the Batman. He's up next to that guy. I was thinking, because it's a Batman film, I was thinking they were going to cut back to the crowd and you're going to only hear the guy getting beat up. The fact that I saw that guy get beat up, his arm broken, and just keep getting beat up to a pulp, I went, oh, okay, it's going to be rated R. That guy just got his ass beat.
I don't know what the rating is going to be, but I felt the same way. I was like, what?
What were your thoughts on the trailer?
I actually just texted Matt after. I was like, what the fuck? This is cool.
All I know is that when he brought up Ego and Chinatown and Taxi Driver, I was just like, sold, take my money. I don't know how many tickets I need to buy. I will buy them all.
Zach, what were your thoughts on that? Like, what were your thoughts on the Batman trailer?
I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was like the right direction and like everything about it. Like as far as just a fan of a movie, it's the kind of movie I want to see. So I felt like, yes, please.
God. Pattinson's Batman voice. Batman voice. Can we talk about that? Just the fact that when he beats the shit out of that guy and then he goes, "I am vengeance." He doesn't say "I'm Batman." He says, "I'm vengeance." So I'm like, goosebumps. Even right now, just goosebumps. Just the way.
Hey, Zach. Also, I noticed in a lot of other panels, they kept dropping your name, man. Even Shazam.
I like you.
Asher Angel was asking about getting CGI'd into your Snyder cut. Are we thinking of Shazam in the sequel, or?
Hey, you know what? God bless those guys.
Okay. All right. So
he didn't say no. He didn't say no.
I didn't say anything.
Exclusive.
You guys are talking about the sequel, and that's hilarious. So that's good sound. That's all I'm saying. But,
well, I have a more personal question. Like, how do you feel? What's your mental state right now in the process of making this movie? Are you in a better place? Are you happier with what you're doing? Give us a little glimpse.
We're having a great time. Look, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I go to work every day, and I get to work on this Justice League, and it's super fun, and we're making awesome shots every day, and I mean, I can't complain.
So, when do we get to see the Army of the Dead trailer?
Damn.
So
you're what?
I can't tell you. I'm not gonna say when. But
okay.
We're talking about it. It's a thing. It exists as an idea. That's a good thing.
Does it exist?
The movie's crazy. The movie's fucking awesome. It's crazy.
I can't fucking wait.
It's cool.
This is zombies. Now,
is anything that you speak on Army, because we've been talking a lot about DC, and I know that you spent a good time. And by the way, I'm just upset with that gentleman who's very oddly quiet, Steven. He's
he's been really quiet. Like, he hasn't asked any questions.
That guy will never shut up when he joins the chat.
He's been really quiet lately. I don't know if it's because he's in a weird position or what, but
I know.
But when it comes to like just in general, your Justice League and even Army now, like, is Army like ready to go? Like not necessarily like ready, like finished. I don't mean that. I just mean like you're like, okay, I'm good with everything.
Yeah, no, our Army's in good shape. Our Army is. Army is. I feel like it's. I've been looking at a lot of shots of a post-apocalyptic Vegas that is pretty epic. And it's super fun. And, I wish I could give you some more spoilers at this point, but I really...
Go ahead.
Relax. Nobody's watching for that one, but it is...
Anything will be a spoiler because we don't know anything about it. I mean, this
which is...
Well, first up, we know it's not a 2-hour film. Is that correct?
Fuck.
2 hours.
Yeah, it's not a 2-hour film, is it?
On the dot.
Army.
What is that?
Yeah.
So that's funny. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad it's not 2 hours. That's fine. Now, the other thing that I was going to ask you too, obviously minus Deathstroke, minus Lex, I was curious to know why you showed, not in a bad way, but just why you showed Superman in the trailer.
I feel like Superman, the cat's out of the bag with Superman. It's not like you guys would have gone like, wait, maybe Superman doesn't like show up in the movie. The early marketing of Justice League, years ago,
years ago,
wasn't on the poster. Remember, the first poster didn't have Superman in it.
No.
Trying to go like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't show.
Oh, that wasn't your choice?
I was kind of confident that you guys felt like he probably would be in this movie, so I thought, okay, well, you might go see him.
In terms of Superman, and I know you follow comics and stuff like that, and I've been dying to ask you this: if you had the possibility, would you have included the mullet and the beard with the black suit?
Yes, this is the most important question.
By the way, it's a good question. I think
it's a great question.
The beard is a possibility. The mullet,
no.
It's just a tough one. It's hard. It's a hard thing to make look badass. I mean, look, somehow
Henry Cavill.
You put on some blue blocker sunglasses.
You're the master of. You got the beautiful slow-mo HD shots. It just would have float in the wind, man. Come on, you would have looked great
in the back. But you know what, Nate? Look,
you're off the hook for the mullet though, because they're confirmed in the comics now that it wasn't actually a mullet.
I just think that, look, there's an argument for. That when Superman is in the grave, that the beard grew and the hair grew. I don't know that it grew into a mullet per se.
Nice and groomed.
When you just kind of do the work. But I also feel like the way we kind of approached it was that he doesn't, his body wouldn't rot, per se, right?
Right,
because of a certain thing that's inside him, maybe that starts with a codex.
I think it's Kryptonian kind of biology would prevent him from decaying at the same rate, say, that we would. So you could say that he might decay over 1,000 years, but it wouldn't be at the same rate, say, as a just normal person. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I feel like in my mind, he's kind of looks very similar, sort of his haircut and his beard and everything. Although that's not to say that, in an ideal world he wouldn't have a beard, but
right.
I appreciate it.
I'm not
or a mustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
What if it was just a mustache? Yeah, too soon.
Way to go, Matt.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed with the trailer, like a lot of the shots that you've been, teasing over like the last 2.5 years. I mean, when I was breaking it down and I was going, he showed us this. He showed us this like still shot. Now we're seeing it full on color. It's all done. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
It's because a lot of those shots were in my trailer, and I had the trailer on my computer.
Yes.
And so or on my phone, and I would show it to people. Certain people, I would show them the trailer, just random people, and I had the shots on my phone. And so when I was like, I would just take a screenshot off and put it on Vero and be like, "Oh, this is cool."
Kind of cool. Yeah.
It's like the thumb drive in the bathroom. It's just
cool.
there.
I don't know. Maybe it's bullshit, but that was kind of my approach. So that's why you didn't get a lot of those shots. I'll be honest, but there's a lot more. Trust me. Like I said.
Are you sure? Because Scott Mendelson says it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
That is ridiculous. Listen, on behalf of every fan, because we love you with all our heart, thank you for that fucking takedown.
Oh, that was
yes.
Cheers to that.
Even Jada Lee came in.
Oh man, yes.
You know what? I mean,
Look.
that guy, when he tweeted that out, it was like, really, dude, you're gonna really just do that? What are you trying to do? And then all of a sudden, when you like quote tweeted and did that, I think everybody just collectively went, "Oh, yeah, it was great."
Yes.
I mean, I don't like
pants.
to. And I'm pretty hands off the world. I don't like to. I don't like to get into it. Into the. I'm just busy. So.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that was an upsetting moment when you saw making those comments off of something that was supposed to be part of the Fandome event. Yeah. So I guess you couldn't help yourself. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, well.
It's what
Don't worry, nobody's watching. You can just say whatever you want to say.
Just us here.
We can go private mode. Is there a private mode?
Click over to private mode.
No, but one of the things,
guys, I got to get back. I can hear him in the other room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Zach, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with us. You have made our dreams come true as fans. We adore everything that you do. We cannot wait for this movie. We've been fighting for it for 2.5 years. You brought tears, pain, and our hearts. So,
and we hope you get your title. We want Zack Snyder.
Yes,
I think it's all right. I think
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
What we want.
I'm
This
just
is what we
doing
want.
some small negotiating, but yeah.
Cool.
Nice. You heard it here first.
Exclusive.
Again, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. All I can say is hallelujah.
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 Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything you guys do. Just pounding the drum all the time. I think it makes a huge difference. And I don't know what I doubt I'd be here, sitting here talking about the trailer for Justice League.
Crazy.
Whatever this is, years later.
That's the way we felt today.
You guys every day getting on and going like, fuck it, let's get some Justice League up in this shit. And everyone's saying, really? Didn't that movie don't exist? Like, I don't understand you.
It doesn't exist.
And we wouldn't have stopped. We would have kept going
For
until the
years.
end of times. Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I thought it would be more like 5 years. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I thought there was a chance, but I thought it would be more like 5 years. I thought like after 5 years, people would have kind of like they wouldn't really like remember. Right. I don't know what, but then they would go like, okay, I guess if it's
Thank you, HBO Max.
Yes.
Max. Honestly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Zach.
I'll check back in with you guys later on at some point.
We'll be here for 5 hours.
You never know. You're like, Jesus. Get out.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, cheers, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy. Oh my God.
David Lee. Oh my God. I was like, please behave. Please behave. Please behave.
Oh my Lord. Oh,
Hey, John.
Okay. All right. Well, screw you guys. I'm done. That was the highlight of my night. I'm out of here.